Hello, sports world, and hello, sports lovers. You are now tuning in to the Real McCoy Sports Podcast on your DPN Dream Podcast Network. And I'm your host always and forever will be doing the most, Franklin J. McCoy III. But you can call me Frankie. And I'm not happy tonight. And Colorado just lost their first game. They're 3-1. They got their doors beat in. They got molly-whopped. Oh, they got beat down. Oh, they got beat down. Yes, it was a beat down of epic proportions. All right, Colorado loses its first game to Oregon. Oregon coach says we don't do this for clicks. We do this for wins. So he was talking about Prime. Everybody's hating on Prime. Let's quickly get the football out the way so I can talk about the other stuff that goes with Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes. So what happened was, it was what Coach Prime said. He doesn't have enough big boys. And he told you that before the season started. And he said, yeah, I'm like a year or two away. As soon as I get some big boys in there, we're rocking and rolling. Shador had no time. It's no time. He said hike, they were there. Bow! And I caught on the game late because my daughter had a soccer game. So I'm over there watching the soccer game, and her game was at 11, finished at like 11:50, 11:45. So the game started 12:30. So by the time the game started, my daughter was playing in the playground, and I'm on my phone, and she's looking at me like, "Why's your face frowning? And are you mad? And are you mad at me?" And I'm like, no, I just want you to slide down that slide good. And by that time, Colorado was losing. It was like 14-0 at that time when she said something. And then at that moment, I don't have any apps. So I'm looking at ESPN. I'm just looking at the game cast. So they show where the ball is, what's going on. I can't see the game, but I can see what's going on, what play just happened. And all I could think about when it was 14-0 was, don't let them fuck with the spread. The spread was 21. I had 21.5. I bought an extra half point. So it was 21.5. All they had to do was lose by 21. I thought they were going to win or keep it close. But all I was saying was just cover. And then all I saw was Knicks. Touchdown, Knicks. Touchdown, Oregon. Touchdown. Stop fucking touchdowns! Oh my God, they were scoring so many touchdowns, I was finna go nuts. And Colorado could do nothing about it. And then when I did turn on the game in the third quarter, I told myself, I was like, why the hell did you even turn this debacle on? It was pathetic for a while. And then for a moment, I was like, damn, another sack. Damn, another sack. Damn, another mere sack. They could not protect him. And it wasn't that just, yeah, Oregon was hungry, but everybody's hungry that plays against Colorado, because when you put that X on your chest, that's what you expect. And anybody who show stops and high signs, and anybody who stunts, because Colorado, they're a bunch of stunners. That Shador's the number one stunner. I thought he was going to sign the Cash Money Records. He was stunting so much with the Rolly and stuff, and that's fine. I'm all about stunting. Because my whole life, sports life, I live by those rules. Work hard, practice hard, and stun on them. If you got the chance to stun on them and get them mad, I don't care about anybody's feelings. All right? And what it reminded me of was when the year 2001, 2002, that was my senior year in high school. my football team, I was the quarterback, and I'm left-handed. I had a short center who was like damn near, I'm not even exaggerating. He was like 5 foot nothing. Little Filipino Squirtle, I love you, but yeah, you were a little short. You were not a varsity center, and you know that. We just didn't have enough players. So I had the little 5'2" hiking me the ball, and I take one step. It's like as soon as I say hike, I take one step. Bow, 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 bow. They're hitting me. So like after the course of like 2 games, I let 2 games go. I let 2 games go. I let two games go with all that sack and shit. And then I said, you know what? It's time to go rogue. I just start going rogue. I am not exaggerating. I just start going rogue. I just start, you know what they do. Coach calls a play. Yeah, 32 dive. I form 32 dive. Coach, what'd you say? Shit. Fuck it. I gotta do my own play. You remember Varsity Blues mocks when he was trying to get the play? He was like, fuck it. You got it. Kilmer was like, you got it. Do that oop-de-oop. So I just start making up plays, especially at the end of the season. When I started the season as the quarterback, and then I had my best friend as a receiver. He's really a cornerback. But since we needed players, he had to go both ways. And we didn't have any receivers that were formidable. Trust me. We tried everybody out. We were stuck with 2 and 3. 2 and an extra receiver who was like 5'1" and 80 pounds. I am not kidding. He wasn't 80 pounds, but he was like 110. And he didn't play football before. So I had my best friend on one side. Then I had a cat daddy on the other side. He was like, I want to say 5'10", 5'11", skinny, real skinny, but slow. He was the only one who can borderline catch the ball with his hands, borderline. And so, yeah, but we had no line. And so as soon as I say hike, at the most 2 seconds, I had 2 seconds at the most. So whenever we did throw the ball, because I'm not the type of quarterback, because in San Francisco, especially the public school leagues, they run the ball most of the game. Every team runs the ball. Some teams pass a little bit. I am not like that. I want to throw the ball. That's what I want to do. I want to throw the ball. I hand it off a little bit, but I'm like an NFL quarterback. I want to throw the ball. But the problem is I had nobody to throw it to. So I would say hike, bow, 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 get hit. And so halfway through the season, the coaches pulled me to the side. They were like, listen, what you want to do? They told me kind of just like that. What do you want to do? You want to stay quarterback? You want to move around? And then I thought about it. I was like, I love quarterback, but fuck. Let me play something else. I told her, let me do something else. I want the ball. I want to be impactful in the game. So I went to tight end. I went to receiver, tight end, even though I'm slow for receiver. I went to receiver, tight end. And the problem is, so when I was quarterback, my best friend, the only thing he could catch was slants. And I had to throw it. And for some reason, he caught bullets to the chest. So I had to throw a bullet to his chest. And he would catch them most of the time. And every time he tried to catch it with his hands, of course, he had no hands, so he would drop it. So Ruth said he had no hands, but he could catch the slant. So that's the only pass I could throw him. And our best receiver was my tight end, Romar. And I don't know if he played the whole season. It might have been injury or grades or something, but he played the second half, I remember. But that was my only receiver. My only. And he had great hands. So I switched over because of the same reason. I'm telling you this because of the same reason Shador. Shador had no time to be successful. No time. I didn't look at the box score, but it looked like he got sacked about 8, 9 times. It looked a lot of sacks. So the defense played poor. Offense was non-existent. and they lost. So now we know where they are. This is reality. Colorado, they don't look like a championship team. They look borderline playoff team. I would have loved to see Oregon play Colorado with Hunter in there. I'm not sure that would have made a difference. It would have made a slight difference, but I don't know. When you can't block, it messes up everything. That defense didn't do anything either. The offensive line sucked. The defense sucked. And they've been flirting around with this for a couple games now. This borderline, you guys are bad. Borderline, you guys are giving up too much. And then we finally see it against a real team that's contending. We see where they're at. And everybody with the powerhouse team is going to expose that line. Both sides of the ball. Now that we talked about the game, they couldn't do anything. They got blew out. They put up 6 points, I believe. Now, let's get to the hate. All right. Now, one thing about myself. Oh, before I continue on, please click that like button or dislike button. Subscribe to the channel. It helps my channel out. And if you guys want to see more content, I would appreciate if you would hit the like button and the subscribe button. And also, I didn't do a disclaimer, but all opinions, everything said on this podcast is my opinion, and it's also comedy. So don't take any of this with a grain of salt. I respect every athlete that performs and entertains myself. I respect all athletes, and I appreciate you for your time and your skills and your entertainment. I appreciate everything. So I want to get that out the way just in case, because I do crack a little bit of jokes, but it's just comedy. I don't hate any player. So it's just comedy. I just want a disclaimer. So let's get back to business. But I do spit truth. Let's get back to business. So Colorado Buffaloes, they lost, and I want to give a shout out to was he number 54, Mixon, San Francisco native. He was a Rebel kid, used to play for the San Francisco Rebels. So I want to give a shout out to Mixon and his family for making it to the University of Oregon, representing your family well in a positive fashion. You're doing positive things, and I hope you're successful. I hope you make it to the next level. So, but in saying that, I was rooting for Colorado. There was a lot of San Francisco people I noticed on Facebook. They were rooting for Oregon, and okay, you're rooting for Oregon because we got a San Francisco native, or I think it's two. We have two playing. So we got two kids from the city playing. So yeah, I want to support that. But I'm rooting for Prime. Colorado's my team. Those are my guys. So, and the way Deion has handled this whole ordeal at Colorado, it just brings me back. It makes me feel like the movies that I watch. 42 with Chadwick Boseman. 42. Even Race, the one about Jesse Owens. Ernie Davis story. The football, when he had that disease, when the nose started bleeding, and he used to back up Jim Brown. The Express, I think it was called The Express. Glory Road, the basketball movie, Glory Road. All those movies. So when Prime is going through this whole ordeal, being 3-0, knocking off teams, and wearing the shades and saying we take it personal and all this, you get all these coaches talking shit, hating on them, talking negative. You get people, even on Facebook, I have a lot of people from the city hating on Prime. It's like, I told you they were nothing. I told you they weren't going to win. And it just brings me back to those movies. It's like, damn, whenever you buck the system, whenever you go against the status quo, and whenever you go against the good old boys club, the good old racist old white men club, that's the good old boys. When you hear people say the good old boys, they're basically saying old racist white men. So whenever you buck that system and you try to be self-contained, Self-contained. We're going to do it my way. I'm a black head coach. I'm going to coach my way. I'm going to bring the coaches I want. I'm going to bring the players I want. I'm going to kick out all the players I don't want. And keep in mind, this team was one of the, I don't know if it was the worst or it was at the bottom. I think it won one game. They were already 3-0, and now they're 3-1. So he already surpassed triple what they were. So he's doing something right. But still, you get all the haters. The good old boys are hating. And then let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about my community, the black community. And I mean this with the bottom of my heart, 100%, not 99.9. You are the father, 100%. Black people are the biggest haters of other black people trying to do something, whether it's positive or create a movement. Black people are the biggest haters of black people trying to do something, trying to do something big. Other black people, they are the biggest haters. And I I'm a comedian, so I tell jokes like, I say, if you want to mess up a good thing, and I don't say black people, I say the N word with the A at the end, but AS at the end. But you get some black people, they can surely mess up a good thing. Black people they live for it. They live for it. They live to mess up a good thing. Black people cannot be proud of another black person, especially a black man. Maybe a black woman. I'm not sure. They still hate, though. It's a lot of hateration. Black women hate on black women all the time, and black men hate on black women all the time. But specifically black men, they get hated on by their own kind, as if they don't already have the weight of the outside cultural world hating on them already. Now they have their own brethren in their own backyards hating on them. But I'm looking at the Facebook where I have a lot of friends with a lot of people in the city I grew up with and people I just know from growing up. And it was a lot of hate. It's a lot of hate. Then I'm looking online, I'm looking on YouTube and all that. It was a lot of people, especially a lot of black people, happy about them losing. And at the end of the day, it's only a game. It's only a game, but it means much more than that, but it's only a game, so I take it as a game. We lost. I've always been the type where I tried respectfully to win and lose like a man. I take it like a man. If I showboat, if I stun on everybody while I'm undefeated, as soon as I lose, I'm gonna lose like a man. Go ahead. Tell me where we're wrong at. Come on, give us our licks. I'm gonna take it like a man. Go ahead, tell us we're not that good. I'm gonna take it like a man. But for you all, especially you black people, especially you guys who take pride in them losing, that's what I don't like. It's for one thing, okay, you didn't root against them. You don't really like Colorado, or you don't like Deion Sanders. That's fine. Everybody has their own opinion, and I respect that. But it's the taking pride of it. Like, yeah, God, thank you for not letting them go undefeated. It's that shit right there. It's like, why do you gotta hate him? And another thing I'm puzzled about, I am very extremely puzzled about, is you have a Hall of Fame cornerback player and actually one of the best players to ever play in the NFL. Deion Sanders, prime time. And let's not forget, about 90% of everybody living in housing projects was doing the Deion when he was playing. Everybody. Every time we played football, everybody that scored was doing the little ha, 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 ah, 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 behind the head, ah, 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 ah. Everybody was doing all that. So don't say you weren't. And so, knowing that, he went to the 49ers Super Bowl. Next year went to the Cowboys Super Bowl. Played baseball, I think he went to the World Series. So in knowing that, you would think that he would be treated with the ultimate royalty status. Like anything you say is golden. I'm going to treat you with respect. You want to wear shades in interviews? Go ahead. You are the best to ever play cornerback in the NFL. I salute you. You are royalty. But instead, you have coaches with disrespectful tones. You have coaches with negative sentiments, negative feelings, disrespectful comments. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like, first of all, I don't know about all the coaches, but most of you guys, you didn't really fucking play football. And a lot of them that did, you weren't really good. I never heard of you guys. You guys might have been around football because your father, your daddy, your uncles, your grandfather, your this or that. But nobody really heard of you guys, especially as players. And let's get down to the nitty gritty. When we talk about Dion, when we talk about this football thing, this is football. This isn't a game where it's all about the coach. This isn't the NC coach football. So in other words, you guys aren't the superstars. You guys aren't the A-list actors that we're going to see the movie about. The movie is about the players. So that's what I get angry about, because this is about the players that are playing football. This is what it's supposed to be about. The players that play the football game. That's what we watch. We don't turn on the TV to watch the coach fold his arms, look at his clipboard. We don't. It's not about you. And for all you coaches that made millions over the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years off of all these kids, black, white, Latino, Asian, Pacific Islander, you guys made millions off the sweat and backs of these kids. And now they're getting their own money, which is a blessing. But that doesn't negate the fact that all this disrespect and negative, just a negative interaction with Coach Prime, period. It is highly uncalled for, and shockingly, surprisingly, I'm baffled and blown away. I just can't get over that shit. It's like, how do you treat Deion Sanders bad? How? What did he do? What did he do? You know what he did? He jumped in the white man's world and said, I'm wrecking shit, and I'm doing it my way. I know you guys been controlling this college shit for a long time. But nah, I'm stepping in here. I'm doing it my way. I did it my way. And so some might say, okay, Prime, we understand, but it's a little too early for you to be so loud with it. Like, you got that loud pack, and it's really loud. You guys are stunting too hard. You got Rollies and Lambos, and you're doing too much. And so what that brings is, it brings jealousy and envy. Tupac said it. Jealousy, and because it breed envy. Against all odds. All right. So Colorado lost his first game. And just the parade of hate and negativity is just floating all over the internet right now. And so, they got to eat humble pie. They lost. They got blew out. They got spanked. It was almost a flawless victory. And that's fine. But it's like, damn, man, I wish it wasn't like this. Like, yeah, they lost. Okay, it is what it is. Not that part. But the disrespect to Prime, how you guys go about treating him, it's like I don't get it. I wish it wasn't like that. I wish you guys would treat these Hall of Famers, especially one of the greats. Why can't we treat them with respect and dignity? Why does it got to be like this? Why do you got to treat him like he's a second-hand citizen? And then you have these coaches, Oregon's coach, Nebraska's Matt Rule, who's not coaching in the NFL because he stunk. And then the Puerto Rican Norvell from Colorado State. So you got him over there, the cheap shot coach. So you got him over there. They're all hating on Prime, and I don't get it. Why you guys don't celebrate Prime? You can still do what you do. You can still try to beat their ass and then still be competitive, but still congratulate and respect and show respect and honor. You could still do that and still be looked at and regarded as a real one and as a respectable man, a man's man, because you gave it up. You gave him his props. But they don't do that. It's like a crab in the barrel. They look at it like, you're taking all the shine. And you don't have to be so loud with it. You guys can be quiet and win these games. And it's like, no, that's what you do. Because that's how you got there. You have to grind. You gotta put in 16-hour days. You gotta kiss ass. You gotta do all that to get a job. You have to do that. Not Coach Prime. He's the best to ever do it. He doesn't have to do none of that. He doesn't have to do none of that. And so I'm kind of speaking to the black community too. It's like, why aren't we celebrating him more? Why aren't we uniting around him? It's because black people love to hate on other black people. And he was on the verge of continuing to win games and this and that. And let's say he does that. Like I said before, black people love to tear down a great thing. They love to. They live for it. How dare you, Coach Prime, think you can do the unthinkable and the amazing? How dare you think that you can do the amazing? Not on our watch. Not on our watch. I call that black on black shine. Black on black shine. Other blacks hate to see other blacks shine, so they're going to stop it. That's what I call black on black shine. And now I'm directing it back to the San Franciscans, the Frisconians, the ones on Facebook talking about Colorado this and Colorado that. How about you stop hating on black, all right? We finally got it. We got a team. And I know other teams are filled with blacks because that's what I call it. The NFL, I call that the Negro Football League. NCAA football, Negro College Athletic, I forgot what the other A is, Football League. Now, I wish it wasn't so, but it's so. And I wish our community wasn't like that, but it's like that. It's like that. And just like with Kaepernick, everybody wasn't supporting Cap. Some people wanted to keep their jobs on the networks that they speak, or ESPN, whatever other networks they are on. So they watched how they talked. They watched how they responded back to that topic. You say the wrong thing, you won't have a job. And so the older you get and the more bills you pay and stuff like that, you see why people act like they act. And in my opinion, we don't have the type of men and women that we used to have back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and early 90s and stuff like that. People today, they don't want to fight for anything because they don't want to lose anything. This life is hard enough already. They don't want to lose their money. They don't want to lose their jobs, their positions, their connections, or relationships. And what they fail to realize is that there's nothing new about this game. And it's not going to change until you change it. So what that means is you want to continue to get used by this systematic wheel that's already in place, college football, the systemic way they conduct business, where the coaches get everything and the players get little to nothing. Go ahead, but times are changing. With the NIL stuff, that threw a monkey wrench in everybody's plans. And so I'm gonna make another video diving deeper into this subject, but for right now, I'll leave it at that. And yeah, Colorado suffers its first loss. Black on black shine. Everybody's hating on Prime. So once again, like I said, it's a lot of black on black shine crime. They're hating on Prime and his shine. And I wish they would stop. It's a lot of jealous people out there. They hate to see Colorado stunting and all that. Everybody's rooting for their teams, but their teams suck. All right, so Colorado got hit with the humble pie. They're not as good as they thought. The lines suck. The offensive lines suck. Defensive lines suck. And Shedeur needs time in order to be Shedeur. And so that was that. And they got Blowout. And I'm signing off. The Real McCoy Sports Podcast on your DPN Dream Podcast Network. And I'm your host, always and forever will be, doing the most, Franklin J. McCoy III. But you can call me Frankie.